Hello, good evening, everyone. We have been seeing Students Empowerment Program this every odd Saturday evenings from 7 to 7:30, half an hour. And today you are called to discuss here along with me. Are you distracted while studying, or how to avoid distraction during study? Then the real topic is how to keep distractions to a minimum, because last time, that is 2 weeks back, we had distractions has got two kinds, and it is internal and external. Last time, if you remember well, we had internal distractions. Today we are going to deal with the external distraction. So if you just ask me what is an external distraction, that which comes through technology and people. Only these two things can give us distraction when we study. So today we try to understand and see how to do away, or how to be away from this technology when we are really and seriously studying. And secondly, how to plan or how to avoid the distraction that we get through the people. So these are the 2 points. First and foremost, please choose a suitable place for study. Choose the best environment for study. It is you who are going to study with your given situation and with a given context, your given family situation and atmosphere. Choose the best of the place for you to study. The choice of the place is very, very important. You cannot sit next to kitchen, or when your mother is cooking, you cannot study in the kitchen. You cannot seriously study when some program is going on, or close to the window where in the next building there is always noise or always loud music, whatever. So first and foremost, choose the environment, choose the place for your study. The place, how this place should be, it should be a convenient study place. There must be enough and more light. And that place must be very convenient, which is not creating any noise disturbance. Sometimes some of the people will like the light, which is very bright light. Somebody would like to study in a very dim light. No, it all depends. And the study place, you have to choose as per the availability and possibilities that you get in your house. So first we choose the place of our study, and then find the comfortable place and posture. Some would like to sit down or with the table, on the table, whatever you choose, let it be fixed one. So you find the atmosphere, the place to study, and it should be really and more comfortable. When placed very well, and when you are about to study, take charge of technology distractions. Today, technology becomes a part of human life. Without cell phone, without technology, without our gadgets, we cannot live. Whether you want it or not, they are part of our life. So you cannot escape from the technology. So you have to learn to take charge and to take care of technology. That's all. When you cannot avoid it, you try to live with it. That's all. Very simple it is. So my dear friends, how you take care of the technology distraction? Some people, wise people, they turn off their WhatsApp or keep the mobile without Wi-Fi connection, or they switch on the mobile data, or some they put it into aeroplane mode, whatever. So you find some way to be away from your gadgets, away from using the media. So it's really very important to see how you are disturbed by the media and by the message. Whether you want it or not, there will be messages coming if the internet is on. When you want to study seriously, you have to be away from the social media. Avoid gadgets in your study room. Sometimes people really got so accustomed with the cell phone and social media, they cannot be without cell phone or social media. So people, those who are like that, the best thing will be just keep the cell phone really away in another room, in the next room, and you sit and study. When you are having your break, you can go and take it. That is the best way to be away from our gadgets. But you may say, no, it is my online class, I have to use it. So tell yourself, you are the master of yourself. Tell yourself you will not open other applications at all when your class, for example. Or you be very strict to yourself when you are doing your studies. Study time, it must be only study time. So no consultation of any message, surfing the Facebook or WhatsApp. Really, it's a big distraction when we study. So we have to pay attention to it. Stay away from gadgets. Gadgets are really giving us trouble and deviate our mind, and it's a great distraction. For example, you are in a group. For example, in that group, there are 50 people. Somebody messages something and the others comment on it. You can be a passive reader. You need not write anything in that group, but rather the discussions will be going on. You will go on reading it. At the end of the day, you will waste hours together in your gadgets. So when you are studying, find a ways and means to be away from the gadgets. It's very important. With the gadgets, when you are handling your cell phone along with your studies, you are having your cell phone next to you when you are doing your studies, it's really very difficult to study, to continue your studies and concentrate on your studies. Stay away from gadgets. Watch your technology addiction. Or you may wonder why the technology addiction. They say, just like any addiction in the world, this generation, especially we who are using the social media, we are addicted to technology today, addicted to social media today, addicted to the videos today. We start watching one video, and we go on, and we don't stop at all. So you have to find a way to get out of it. So technology addiction is like any kind of addiction, alcoholic addiction or plenty of addiction today. There is technology addiction today. You are called to get rid of this addiction. So if you are using more and more social media, spending your time, there is a wake-up call for you today. Don't get addicted to technology. The more you engage, it will take more of your time, and you will not be happy with yourself. You will be very angry, and that will really make you more and more sad, and it will reduce your productivity. So take a pause from your gadgets. For example, if you are using 8 hours a day, because every gadget has got this hours counting, screen time, and if you go inside, you can say how many hours you have used WhatsApp, how many hours you have used Messenger, or how many hours you have used all the YouTube. So don't forget to see that every week. In some cell phones, there is weekly report, monthly report, daily report. Please, 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 if you are a student or if you are a teacher, Don't forget to follow the report. That will tell you how much time you are really wasting with each application. Follow that. So if you, many of you, if you are not aware of this application of this, if you are not opened it, do it now, so that you will know how much time is wasted with your gadgets, and with the gadgets, how much time is used for productivity or used productively, and the rest of the time you wasted in social media or messenger or YouTube or Twitter, whatever. And know to manage the noisy atmosphere. For some people, when they study, the neighboring house may be a factory, or there must be some work go on where there will be noise all the time. So you know to manage your noisy atmosphere, because then there is always some music, something going on, very noisy atmosphere close by. You don't say that you cannot study. You have to adjust and learn to study. That's how you can avoid this distraction. So know to manage any noisy atmosphere. So people recommend, if there is always noise in the next room, for example, always some old people may be at home, they want to watch TV all the time, they may not hear well, so they will keep in high volume, and in the same house you will be studying. What you can do those times, just keep a soft music for you, which is very pleasant. Some instrumental musics are there, just play a soft music which can overcome, which can distract you, which can never allow you to pay attention to the noise in the next room. So learn to manage the noisy atmosphere in your house. Noise may be not necessarily from your house, it may be from your neighborhood, it may be from others, wherever it may be. But pay attention to the noisy atmosphere and try to manage that. Avoid people who annoy or disturb you. Be clear about it. You are a student or a teacher and you want to spend that particular time for studies. You are totally motivated and you are for it. Avoid the people. Tell the people that you are studying. Let them know your study time. Let them know that you are serious about it. And seek accountability when you are supposed to study with other people. For example, in a single house, there will be 3 or 4 people studying. So when 2 or 3 are studying, each one has to be accountable to the other. Each one has to support, need not make noise or just move around all the time, or make noise or go and play or distract and deviate the attention. Seek accountability of the one who is studying with you. Can be there is brother and sister, suppose they happen to study in the same room. So they have to seek accountability. And mutually they can give their cell phones or they can give their gadgets to the other, and like that they can support each other while learning. So this way they can be mutually helpful. And we can arrange in advance your visits and guests. You know that people are going to come and visit your house. Don't have your important study time during when the guests come. Surely there will be noise. They will be talking. They'll be sitting. They come to see you. Come on. You know that they are coming. So arrange your time accordingly. Arrange in advance. You know that some visitors are going to come. Some guests will be around. So you have to organize. You have something very light or some drawing, some coloring or whatever. Something light you can do when the guests are around, because they'll be there, they'll be visiting, they'll be talking. So you have to plan it well in advance. Family background noise, for example, as I told you, TV, people talking. When somebody comes, the father and mother would be talking in the other room. They'll be talking in a very loud noise. So at that time, just play a light music, instruments, maybe sitar or flute or violin. These kind of soft musics will really help you to overcome the noise or distraction that is coming from the other room. So you just pay attention. If you are supposed to work in a noisy atmosphere, be careful that, and be prepared also in this way. So here we are seeing about the external distraction and how the external distractions can be kept to a minimum. So that's the topic we have started, and we are continuing here. I just make a stopover in between, and just to remind you, it is about external distractions today, and we are trying to say and see how the external distractions can be brought into a minimum. Again, last time when I dealt in the other topics also, we were talking about the break. Not taking proper breaks also can be a cause of distraction. For example, you want to finish. You have been sitting there like that more than 1 hour, 1.5 hours. You will be surely distracted. So be sure that you are taken enough time for your break. That break will really help you. So break times are precious, highly precious for your body and mind. This will also help you to be away from the external distraction. Whatever may be, whoever talks, whatever noise comes, or whatever message comes to my cell phone, I have taken my break. This is not my break time, so I will continue my work. Because you are properly, orderly arranged, and then nothing, no other external thing will disturb you or distract you. And make your learning a fun. Because learning is exciting. Every time when we learn something new. So when you think that learning is really boring, oh my God, again the study time came. I have to study. It's very boring to study. I don't like this subject. So if you are really so reluctant and you go there to study, you'll be almost waiting for a distraction. When there is a message from your cell phone, oh, okay, I can come and study later. Procrastination. So make your learning little fun. Change your methodology. If you are studying for must be third hour of study, third or fourth hour of the class. So do some writing, take a revision, do some drawing, mapping, or something like that. Make something lighter at the end of your study hour and break it up. So if you have a big subject and you want to read the whole book, it is not possible. Break it up. Break down a big assignment into small ones. That will make the task more manageable. So manageable chunks, if you remember well, last time when I was dealing about that, I was telling you, make your long or bigger lessons into manageable chunks that can be readable, doable in for example, 3 pages, 2 pages, like that. You will fix it. You fix it, then it will become more easier. Prepare yourself, use a calendar, plan ahead. So why you are easily distracted? Because your plan is not clear. Your plan is not crystal clear. You are not sure about what you are going to do, what you are supposed to do. So you are very easily distracted. And make your study routine. Every day at particular time, I will begin my study, I will end my study. Make it routine. Just like anybody who drives a car, if the driver drives it routinely, whatever, when it becomes a habit, it's not easily distracted. So make study time, make the study as a habit. So the research say, if you continue to do something at a particular time in a particular way for continuously 28 days, it becomes a habit. So make the study as a habit. Begin at a particular time and end at a particular time. And avoid all the multitasking. Some people would like to do multitasking. sending a message to your friend and doing the homework at the same time, following something and then answering the call somewhere or responding to mommy or daddy. Stop multitasking. Multitasking will really slow down your work and it will forbid you doing what you are supposed to do. You cannot concentrate well. Stop or avoid multitasking. Spare your free time to watch your favorite show. Come on, you will be interested in cricket. You will be interested in some serials or some YouTube videos. You like, come on, it's not bad to like some good videos or something, some serial or some cricket match. But spare your time. Arrange your time according to you to watch the serial or watch your TV, watch your cricket match. So arrange it well so that it is not a distraction. Be a super specific while allotting time for study. What, when? Don't be overly optimistic about yourself. Oh, I am good at studies. Come on, I will do it well. I can do it. Don't be very optimistic with yourself. When you are allotting something, allot it very clearly in such a way that nothing can disturb it. And social media distractions are unavoidable. Even when you want to keep your cell phone away, you will be so tempted to take and see whether you have any messages. Because we are in such a situation today, these social media messages or distractions are bounded. Whether you want it or not, you take and see the cell phone. So it becomes unavoidable today. Calculate and analyze the screen time. As I told you in the beginning already, calculate and analyze. Calculate every week. For example, I follow weekly calendar of my usage of my cell phone, and that itself will show me how many hours I used my dictionary. For example, I'm searching often the Chinese words. So if 6 hours I'm using my cell phone every day, it doesn't mean that I'm watching videos or consulting social media. My cell phone is on. When my cell phone is on, it doesn't mean that I'm always in the social media. No, I'm using my dictionary because my dictionary is in my cell phone and I'm reading it, reading some articles on my cell phone. So calculate and analyze the screen time that you have in your phone. No eating or drinking during the study session. You eat, drink, eat all the snacks that you want during the break. Please, please, please. It's not you should not eat when you are doing some serious study. Especially our mom or whoever helps you at home, they want to give you when you are studying something. Take a break and eat that well. Don't be just studying or watching or attending online class and just eating that. That's very bad because we don't taste really that food, or it doesn't really, we don't pay attention to the food. It is not really becoming a part of it. So when you eat, you take the break and eat well, and after that you can continue your study. So no eating or drinking during the study sessions. Set up the study area for the next hour. When you are going to when you finish something, then you know that after the break you will come back to study. So when you get up for your break, please don't forget to prepare the next lesson or next after the break what you are supposed to do. The thing is, you don't prepare anything. When you come back, you want to open everything. That takes more than 10 minutes. In between, somebody calls and somebody comes. You are distracted and you go behind the distraction. You get it? When you are finishing something and you are sure that you will come after the break, you prepare already the lesson or that which you are supposed to study. Keep it ready and then you can get up and go. When you come back, it is already prepared, everything is ready. Just come and sit and continue your study. You get it? So when you take break, you prepare mentally already, and you prepare whatever you want to study. Be precise, as I told you. Don't be so generous with you. So, oh, I'm a very good, and then I just be very precise. What time, how long, what I'm going to study, which subject, from which page to which page, how many questions, all that. So So you have to be attentive to that. So when you set up the study area for the next hour, when you go for break, already it is, when it is prepared already, you are always on the safer side. Aim for zero distraction. Why this topic of distraction came? Because we people are getting distracted when we are studying. So our aim is to have zero distraction. When you are aiming to zero distraction, then only you will reduce your distraction to the minimum level. So my dear friends, the power of distraction is very strong. It will really come and distract you. It will come and disturb you. Whether you want it or not, the distraction is there and you are distracted. So aim for zero distraction. There only you will reduce into me. Because when all of a sudden there'll be a noise, somebody will come and there will be a message or there will be a call on your cell phone. These are all normal things happening, is it not? So you plan for zero distraction, then only you will end up in the minimum distraction. Or if you okay, no problem, I can go and come, I can be free with me because it's all me. What is there? I can spend some time, all that. No, all these things will really take you away from your concentration and study. Oh, this is all for today. So now